Hello, guys. Today I'm going to be talking about the global pandemic COVID-19, and I'm going to share information which I've collected from CDC and used it in my website of hacks to provide a one page solution, one page guide for everything you need to know about COVID. So, as we all know what COVID is, I'm going to talk about the symptoms of COVID, which are fever, chills, you feeling cold, repeated shaking, that is shivering as well, muscle pain, headache, sore throat, and now there's a new sort of a symptom that has been detected, that is a loss of taste or smell. And what we can do to prevent getting sick. This is very important because as of now, many of the countries are in stage three, which means it's a communal spread, and you don't need to be in contact with someone with COVID to really get it. Know how it spreads. There is currently no vaccine. However, many countries are trying to create a vaccine. Like Israel is on its motive to create a vaccine, and the best way to prevent illness is to avoid being exposed to the virus. The virus is said to spread mainly from person to person. If you're in close contact with someone that is less than 6 feet and that person has any respiratory droplets that he releases through his sneaks or coughs or talk, that can cause the virus as well if the person is infected. And uh, and there are some recent studies which have suggested that COVID-19 may be spread by people who are not showing symptoms. Symptoms usually take 2 to 14 days to show. And how we can protect ourselves: we need to wash our hands often. We need to avoid close contact with people. We should cover our face and wear mask. And we should wear a glove as well if we are going to public places and are going to touch doors and handles and pick up utensils or carry a trolley around. And we should wear gloves, and we should use sanitizers. We should try to avoid frequent contact with eyes and mouth. That is, we should not touch our hands on our eyes and mouth. And if you go towards the CDC website, you will see a video which has more description as to how you should remove your glove, how you should remove your mask as well, to avoid the least spread of germs. Because by the end of the day, if you have wore your glove somewhere and you went out, there are good chances your glove is infected, so you shouldn't touch it to your face. And while you're removing, if you're technically touching it with your bare hand, you're kind of getting the bacteria or viruses in your hand. There was no point of it. So, what should you do if you get sick? Stay home and quarantine yourself. That is, get away from everyone. Get in touch with the doctor, get yourself hydrated, and go to the nearest testing facility to get yourself tested. If you continue to show symptoms after some time, you should avoid public transportation at all costs, and taxis as well. And what should you do if you know someone who has COVID? So you should provide support and help the person who is sick to follow their doctor's instruction, because this sickness can make them ill. So it can make them very tired. So somebody should be around to help them. That's where doctors and nurses are coming into picture. um, and when it comes to travel, there are a lot of travel bans as of now. However, we are hoping that they get lifted shortly. However, it's going to be very risky because, for example, I go back to America. There are good chances that I might be quarantined in a government facility for 14 days to test my if I show any symptoms. So that's something you need to keep under consideration. And if you're returning from travel, then restrain going out for 14 days, especially if you're coming from areas where the pandemic was largely hit, so that doesn't spread. And you should preserve your supplies. Basically, don't overbuy a lot of supplies like toothbrush, toothpaste, cleaning utensils, cleaning supplements, and everything, because these things are perishable and will be bad. And if one person takes a lot of units, everyone will not get a chance to use these supplies. So always buy enough and use them advisely, so that you don't overuse them and you don't run out of them fast. That is what I'm mainly talking about in this page. And if you go to the news, um, it basically talks about most people with COVID-19 have mild illness and can recover at home without medical care. It depends on the seriousness of the matter. So that being said, I believe that there is everything that we need right here. I hope you guys understood, and I hope we follow the guidelines and this pandemic gets over soon. Thank you.